the Osteophysio YouTube channel. Today we are continuing with our massager gun series, and we're going to be looking at how to use the massager gun to relieve tightness around the hips and pelvis. So the two heads that we're going to be using today with the massager gun is we're going to be using the round head to get that wide surface area, in particular focusing on the glute med, glute minimus around the side of the hips, the glute max and piriformis, as well as around the front into the TFL, up into those quad attachments to reduce that tightness. So we want that global pressure with that one, and then we're using the head. So if you haven't got one of these, you can use a pointy head. We're going to use one that's almost shaped like a thumb, you know, a thumb pushing in. That's going to go a lot more specific into the trigger points and the specific points of tightness to relieve that pressure. So to start off, you want to use, like I said, the wider head of the massager gun. You want to get a general release around the hip. So some of the most common attachments that are predisposing that tightness around the side of the hip into the ITB and the TFL, which is why we're starting at the top of the pelvis and moving down into the knee. We then want to move across because we're thinking about the quadriceps muscles, the upper attachments of the rectus femoris, blending with the bony part in the front of the hip, the ASIS down towards the knee. So what you want to spend about 1 to 2 minutes adding that widespread release and massager into those specific muscles. So you can start and just move your way round. Then we want to look at the upper attachments of the gluteus minimus and medius muscles. So these are the hip abductor muscles. They're key for stabilization and support of the pelvis. So again, using the wide part of the massager gun, you can see here we're coming around the side. So starting at the side of the hip and working down just to around above the top part of the leg, aiming for about 1 to 2 minutes. So really important to help with that release, get blood flow to the area. What we're then going to do is move round a little bit. So again, starting from the top part of the hip, moving down towards the bottom of the glute max, so the bottom of the glute down towards that sitting bone. So you want to draw it where you're doing almost like going down in specific lines from the top all the way down to that sitting bone, and then you can move across as well, so moving more into that piriformis, which attaches from the sacrum, going across into the side of the hip. So what we're aiming for here with this general release is we want to spend a good couple of minutes, if not a little bit longer, just adding that general softening and general release into the main muscles. Then we want to go a lot more specific, so we're going to find little tender points using the thumb head of the massage gun. Add that pressure, add the pressure until we take it about an 8 out of 10, and then holding that still until it relaxes, and we're doing that on all points right the way round the hip.